It's a venue and a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Today, it's an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers.
Yo.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. On the return, here comes Xavier Legette. He's brought down just inside the 25. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Down.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
10 black.
Young working from the gun. Pass brought in by Tedero McMillan. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. So a fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Red, yellow. Ready?
Young on the play action. He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. We're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Dumped off to his running back. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 45, white, check, view. Set.
Running it after the penalty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's weird coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Off the play fake, it's Young. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Young to throw here on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
That's taken on the 7. He puts together a nice little return there before they're able to break him down. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Rob gonna air this out to start. His first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
As a quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. But a short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
Wait. Let's go. Slide through. Set.
Love on 3rd and short. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack. So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he can't get the touchdown, Brock, but plenty of yardage. He goes out down near the 10. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set. 60 reps. Hey, both feeders.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points.
Ready.
1st down, Young. Buying some time right. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Down.
Motion him out of the backfield left.
Hut.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Caught just shy of the goal line. He takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Going after is good by Fitzgerald. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. First down now, ball at the 33.
What? Come on. Set. Red. 38. Steel. Black. Ready?
Shotgun now for Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Here we go. Use yellow. 22.
Play fake. It's Love. Waller with the catch. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. All set to go now from the 35.
Set. Ready. Blue strike. Blue set.
Love now on 1st and 10. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He finds Jacobs here underneath. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the one. Offense to the line fast.
Packers, first down.
97.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Stick it in the air. Love. Dumps it off to his running back. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. The Gets with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's first and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lambeau after this. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go. That black shot. Black 40. Ready?
Shotgun snap now to Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He's looking for Chuba Hubbard out of the backfield. And that takes them to third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. That's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Come on, set. Black 95. Cut.
On third down, it's Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing a fourth down.
Martin in punt formation for Carolina.
That's grabbed at the 10. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
At their own 24-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10.
Steal. Black. Down. Sticky. Green. Edo blue.
Throwing. It's Love. Hits his running back. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. The Packers trying to hurry to the line.
Red cycle.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Blaster. Stick. Ready.
On first and 10, here's Love. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Packers trying to hurry to the line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches. At the 40.
This is going to be a false start on the offense here. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. In a good spot here, second and inches.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Love to throw. Nice game left side. Great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Hits him on the out route. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The Packers trying to hurry to the line.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Love with it on first down. Completed to his running back. Has some room to work. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. McManus there to tack on the point after.
What the fuck put position Bin Laden is?
By 7.
I don't got no money either, I'm just asking.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
That's still not 5 corners. 3 corners and 2 safeties.
Black Ultra.
To the air on first down. Young. That's complete inside the 35. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs too. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
Black, red, white, ultra. Go ultra. Ready?
Young on first and 10. Has it down close. And it goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Red. Green jack. Ready?
Working inside the red zone. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Panthers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Yellow, 20, steel, black, blaster, 6. Blue striker. 5.
Again, it's Young. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Well, Brock, the run certainly an option as they lined up for 2, but as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you spend all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it. But there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. Good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Red, 38, red.
Back to throw it. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Looking to throw. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. Cut down the field, Golden. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
And the pass is caught. Set 2 more onto the score. On now is McManus to kick this away. He gets with a return here. Spins out of one stop. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Hut.
It's Hubbard off the option. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
First and 10 at the
Ready, go
36-yard
now.
line.
Black 40.
From the pistol, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Down. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. Throwing the out route complete. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, he keeps it on the option. Offense wins zone read, but what a read by the defense. They blow it up for a loss of 4. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And that will not be enough for a first down. Play number 7 on this drive, but they need 7 here on 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Let's go. Black. 95. Ready.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
They've been doing it.
Can't get the trick play away, though. They take him down before he can throw it. Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long.
Red, white, 150, green, red, yellow, steel, black. Stripe,
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
And this kick is good. He needed to get He did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. Wow, still a full quarter left and down only a score, but here comes an onside kick. And the Packers are able to recover the kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag.
Ready, set.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Eat old blue. Ready?
Shotgun now for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Hustle.
Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up second and a yard at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
On second down, Jacobs. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Packers with it. They have the lead late, but this game is close. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Black Ultra. Set.
Love from the gun. That's caught for the first. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers now lead by 10. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one right down the middle. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. On now is McManus to kick this away. He gets with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Ready, go.
All right, working from the gun to Suggs. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They kick the running back in motion. It's Young. The throw here on 1st. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had. Not against this defense. Not on that one.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware. But he's a viable option as well.
And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
This plays a design run. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Dose of the hurry up here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Love. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
And once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Ready.
Jacobs trying to run his way in. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal. Working quickly here.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Love now on 3rd and goal. Flushed out of the pocket. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Shaq Thompson. And the Panthers have some new life in the 4th. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
You don't blue. Plastic. Dog red. Set.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Give him 32 on that play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Black Ultra. Drill, good smash, red. Smash, smash. Hey, check Mega. Mega, Mega. Ready?
1st down, Young. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22.
Dog, hey. Red, cycle, black shot. Ultra, ultra. Hey, draw steal. Ready, ready.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Let's go now. 60 ready. Red, yellow. Ultra. Go ultra. Striker. Check striker. Hut, hut.
2nd and 10 now. Young's going to try again. He's got it at the 6. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Come on, set. 52, striker, striker. Hey, go Fury. Edo Blue.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers now within 1 score in the 4th. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game.
Black 40. 6. Mega. Claude Ray. Drill green. Set.
Here he is to throw. Could be it, folks. It's intercepted.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a 2-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize the defense and give them that swag when the defense is stopping.
And the Packers are able to recover the kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Here we go, set.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Brown still throwing, and this is intercepted. Picked off by Shaq Thompson. And the Panthers have some new life in the 4th.
I'm not going to lie. When he dropped back to pass, I was surprised they were willing to put it in the air. But how about this defense? They weren't surprised, and now they give their offense a chance to go win it.
Ready,
So
ready.
good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Set, hut. Yellow, steel, black, smash, red. Check, smash. Set.
Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
Ready up.
And
Blue strike. Black shot. Black 10. Black. Ultra. Ultra. Ready?
He'll look to throw it. Forced out to his right. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
Ready. 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 Ready.
First and goal. Hubbard. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play first and goal situations too. Because a run like that now, well, leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
And he will score and give them the lead in the final minutes. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Set. Ready.
Putting a receiver in motion.
95.
Slot man motioned over. He has it. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there. Did it. So that touchback going to come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
On the ready.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And he's tackled for a short gain. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Love out of the shotgun. Getting out to his left. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to hit Josh Jacobs out of the backfield. And now it's 3rd down.
Slide through. Here we go. Step.
Now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back still doing it to this day.
They got there in time. He's taken down. The Packers trying to hurry to the line.
At the 44-yard line.
To the air with Love. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta. than nobody wants.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here he is to throw. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And with 10 seconds left in this game, they're going to burn their final timeout.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
50, green. Blue strike. Ready.
Desperation time here. It's intercepted. That will do it. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. We have seen this happen before, partner. 3 interceptions in a row. We're going to spare the quarterbacks who've done it. Not going to mention any names, but man, not a list that he wanted to join.
Yeah, he probably stopped throwing the ball. Like, stop throwing the ball. Did I say that out loud?
That was out loud. Yeah. Carolina offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Set, ready. Strike. Blue 32.
They send McMillan left.
Ready.
They're going to pass it here. He puts a Mayer under it, deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happens over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
Yes. We on the island, ho. Man, I'm mad as fuck. I just lost my trait game.